The air was crisp in New York that evening, laced with the scent of ambition and exhaust fumes. It was the city where dreams were born, broken, and sometimes mended in ways no one expected. On the 42nd floor of a sleek glass tower in Manhattan, Vivian Hart sipped her usual glass of Bordeaux while scrolling through a presentation prepared for yet another merger. CEO of Hart Global Holdings and Forbes covered Darling for the third time that year. She was used to getting what she wanted. And what she wanted now was not on a spreadsheet. Earlier that day, her personal trainer had recommended a new masseur. "You look tense," he'd said. "Try him. Works wonders. Doesn't even charge much. Guy's practically a secret." Vivian raised an eyebrow but agreed. She wasn't one to be swayed easily, but there was something in the trainer's tone. That afternoon, a lean man in his mid-30s with gentle eyes and calloused hands arrived at her penthouse. He introduced himself simply as Daniel. He didn't say much. His massage was firm, precise, and deeply attentive. Vivian had been through luxury spas from Bali to Zurich, yet none compared to this. There was a calm that radiated from Daniel, a warmth. When the session ended, Vivian stared at him. Something in her stirred, foreign and intrusive. "You don't talk much," she said. He offered a faint smile. "I listen better." She handed him $300, but he hesitated. "This is too much." "Keep it. Consider it a tip." He nodded, thanked her, and walked away, leaving behind a scent of sandalwood and mystery. Days turned into weeks. Vivian booked him again and again. He never initiated conversation, never flirted, and always left promptly. She, on the other hand, found herself drawn into the enigma. Who was this man? Where did he come from? What was his story? One night, after a grueling board meeting, Vivian felt bold. "Daniel," she said as he packed his oils, "what if I offered you $1 million to spend one night with me?" He froze. "I mean it. No strings. No expectations afterward. Just one night." Silence filled the room like fog. Daniel turned, eyes dark with something deeper than shock. "I don't think you want to do that." She arched an eyebrow. "Why not? Are you married? Gay?" "No. But I have reasons." "Try me." He hesitated, then shook his head. "Some things can't be bought." He left without another word. Vivian spent the rest of the night sleepless. Was she offended? Intrigued? She wasn't sure. By morning, she was obsessed. The next week, she booked him again. This time, she met him at the door with coffee. "Breakfast," she said. "We talked before the massage. Non-negotiable." He smiled and accepted the cup. Over coffee, Daniel told her fragments. He lived in Queens, rented a small room, volunteered at a shelter on weekends, no family to speak of, lost his sister to the opioid crisis, used to be a paramedic, left after a patient died in his arms. "I realized," he said, "that healing people was about more than emergencies. It was about presence." Vivian listened, captivated. His voice was soothing, his story humbling. Over the next month, their sessions became half massage, half conversation. Vivian stopped making offers. Daniel started smiling more. One evening, as the city shimmered outside her floor-to-ceiling windows, she asked, "Do you ever wish things had been different?" He nodded. "Of course. But then again, if they were, I might not be here." "Here? With me?" "Yes." Her heart did a strange flip. She looked away. That night, after he left, she sat on her balcony, thinking about her wealth, her loneliness, her choices. She realized she hadn't connected with anyone this deeply in years. The next morning, she made a decision. She went to the shelter he volunteered at, quietly donated $100,000 in his name. The director cried, told her Daniel spent every Sunday there, helping people off the streets. He brings hot food, books, even gives massages to the elderly. He's a saint. Vivian returned home and wept, not out of sadness, but awe. She invited him again. This time, no massage, just dinner. They talked for hours, laughed, shared memories. She showed him her childhood photo albums. He showed her a bracelet his sister had made. By the end of the night, he took her hand. "You never needed to offer money, Vivian. You just had to see me." Tears welled in her eyes. They didn't sleep together that night. They sat under the stars, side by side, like two souls finding warmth in each other's silence. Weeks turned into months. Daniel remained a masseur. Vivian remained a CEO, but their lives entwined quietly. 1 year later, she established the Heart Foundation for Community Wellness. Daniel became its director. They opened wellness centers across underserved neighborhoods, free healthcare, therapy, food banks. During the opening ceremony of the first center in the Bronx, a journalist asked Vivian, "Is it true you once offered this man $1 million for one night?" Vivian smiled. "I did. And he gave me a lifetime instead." The world watched. The story went viral. Not because a CEO offered $1 million, but because a man reminded everyone that the most valuable things in life are often the ones we can't buy. And in a city of millions, two hearts found each other not through power or money, but through kindness, humility, and the quiet courage to be human.